When Nick Caserio took over as GM of the Houston Texans, got to be honest, I just didn't think that would work because he was a Patriots guy. And whether it was a coach, players, anybody from the Patriots organization, it just didn't work. Everybody, they were overhyped, overvalued because of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the winning. And then other teams tried to pluck players, coaches, GMs from the Patriots. It just didn't work. Lions did it, and it was terrible. So we're going to talk about how actually Nick Caserio is just killing it this offseason. One of the newest players, he really stood up and defended, and I love that. And plus, we'll look at some of the former draft picks of the Texans, and it's pretty interesting. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel covering teams that just kind of get ignored by the national media. And the Houston Texans, we were on them last year at this time, thought they could be pretty good. So if you're new to the channel, I think this is a little weird. It's actually kind of cool. We like it. It's an unbiased look into your team. Okay, Nick Caserio was blown away by Diggs the player. Okay, he's blown away by Diggs the player. So when someone asked, "Hey, is he a diva?" He did not like that, and he responded really, really strongly. Let me go up to what he said here. Number one, I don't even know what the definition means. So if someone could define that for me, kind of in an annoyed tone. Again, we're worried about the player and what he does in our building. So we do our research, we talk to players, our players, other players. D'Amico and I sit and talk, and we feel comfortable with the decision. It's unfair to label anybody until they actually have an opportunity to walk in the building. Our environment, different than other environments. We don't know what's going on in other buildings. We know what's going on in our building. So we're excited to have Steph here. And he goes on to talk about how Stefon Diggs, the player, and his on the field and what he can do, that's what matters because they believe strongly in their culture, which it's proven now. Yeah, you can. D'Amico Ryans, you have a quarterback that's really grounded and knows what's up. Love that. Obviously, he's very talented. That really helps. But being in the quarterback position, you've got to kind of be that CEO leader type. You have to be a different level of like, yep, that guy gets it. CJ Stroud does. So Stefon Diggs is going to be awesome. And another thing that he talked about was how, hey, we're not going to sign a free agent, bring a jersey up here and do a big powwow. That's not how we operate. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, they're not going to. So they've made Danielle Hunter, Joe Mixon, they've made big additions, Pro Bowl level talent, but they're not doing a big intros, and that's fine if you do. And I actually like it if you do. Why not? It's for the fans. It's something to talk about. It's something to look at. And if you don't do it though, it's like we're we're professional. We don't need to do that because when do you stop, right? These two guys are really good, so let's put them on the podium and talk. So the whole thing is like, I get it, Nick Caserio, and I love it, and I appreciate it. So Nick Caserio loves Stefon Diggs, thinks he's going to be just fine. I agree. Love him as a player. I agree. Love that he took away the years on his contract. I don't know why Stefon Diggs agreed to that, but Stefon Diggs 1 year. So if he's great, fine, sign you for another big 1 year deal. If he's not, all right, didn't work. You weren't as good. You're declining. You were a problem in the locker room. See ya. So 1 year deal. It's all going to work out. I love it. Next, I want to talk about something just to look back memory lane. I enjoyed this. Houston Texans fans, help me out. These are your first round picks, history of your first round picks. Actually, Wikipedia had it like summed up the best. So I went to Wikipedia from the start of your franchise in 02 to present day, and you can see a pattern that there's a huge correlation between when you draft well, you win, and when you don't, you don't. Like, duh. But it's just, I love looking back at old drafts. So let me know. We're not going to go through each person here, but we'll go highlight a couple and just an unbiased look into these guys from a Detroit Lions fan. And obviously love to hear your thoughts in the comments as well. David Carr, that's just a tough spot. Wasn't a terrible player, but it didn't fully work out. Andre Johnson, love it. Legend. Miami, 14 seasons. Just loved everything about him. 14 seasons. That's really good. Jason Babin. Now he was Western Michigan, so we're right up here in Western Michigan. So it was like, yeah, remember him, followed him, two-time Pro Bowler, solid, real solid. Mario Williams, a lot of hype around him, and he wasn't bad. I mean, it's like because he was a number one overall, so it's like he's a bust. But it's like he wasn't terrible. Let me know. Let me know and your thoughts on that one in the comments. Brian Cushing, like you're just not right, man. Something's wrong with that guy. Solid. That was a good one. Kareem Jackson, of course, JJ Watt. You can just see this. 5-time Pro Bowl, 5-time all first team, all pro first team, 3-time defensive player of the year. Nothing but great stuff there. DeAndre Hopkins, love it. Jadeveon Clowney, still going. Um, just never fully. What's the word with Jadeveon? Of course, he had the big hit against Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan in that bowl game, and it was just like, let's go, Jadeveon Clowney, and he's just a solid, not a generational player, but just very solid. Love that guy. Deshaun Watson here, but you can see, look at this. I mean, this is the problem. Will Fuller, all right. Howard, Stingley's okay. Kenyon Green, okay, fine. But look at just kind of Jadeveon. So DeAndre Hopkins was the last, like, really. Well, I mean, you can go back. JJ Watt, 2011, good. Then it's like, no. DeAndre Hopkins, yeah. Clowney, yeah, I guess. But then Kevin Johnson, no. Will Fuller, okay. Deshaun Watson, your quarterback, fine. But you can see where some of the bad football was played right in here. And then, boom, CJ Stroud, thank you. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year. So there we go. And that's why the Texans have fully turned the corner, like, overnight. Drafting matters, drafting matters, drafting matters. So you get the free agents, make some trades, get some veteran depth, some splash players. Cool. But you got to nail the draft. And the Texans, we did a video about that, how the draft is super deep. The Texans should be just absolutely fine with the picks that they have. They can add depth, they can add starting level players. The Texans are a team suddenly in the AFC, which just a year ago at this time, it's like, oh man, AFC's loaded, and it still is. But one of those teams is the Texans. I mean, they have absolutely emerged as a team to come out of the AFC. And again, if you're new to the channel, love if you would subscribe. We're pushing towards 20,000 subs. We love it, and we'll see you on the next one.